Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today, we're diving into the absolute best RPGs you can play on the Nintendo Switch. These are the games that'll consume hundreds of hours of your life, and you'll love every second of it. Whether you're into tactical battles, massive open worlds, or deep story-driven adventures, this list has got you covered. Let's jump right in with number 10. Xenoblade Chronicles II stands as one of the most ambitious RPG experiences on Nintendo Switch, blending large-scale exploration, deep systems, and an emotionally driven journey. Set in the world of Alrest, where civilizations live atop massive titans drifting through a vast cloud sea, the story follows Rex, a young salvager whose life changes after forming a bond with Pyra, a mysterious blade tied to the myth of Elysium. The narrative gradually expands from a personal adventure into a broader tale about survival, bonds, and purpose, supported by strong world-building and character-focused side content that adds depth without spoiling the main plot. Gameplay revolves around a unique combat system that mixes real-time action with layered strategy, where drivers fight using weapons and abilities granted by their blades. Battles reward timing, positioning, and smart use of arts, elemental combos, and chain attacks rather than simple button mashing. Exploration is equally important, with wide environments, hidden paths, and field skills that encourage revisiting areas as your party grows. While the mechanics can feel dense at first, they gradually open up into a highly satisfying loop that keeps combat and progression engaging over the long term, making Xenoblade Chronicles II a defining JRPG on the platform.
Why not? Yeah! Gah! Ha! See, Grumps? I'm getting better.
Trails in the Sky First Chapter is often considered a perfect example of classic JRPG design, refined with thoughtful, modern touches, delivering a slow burn but deeply rewarding experience on Nintendo Switch. The story follows Estelle and Joshua Bright as they begin their journey as junior members of the Bracer Guild, traveling across the Kingdom of Liberl while taking on local requests that gradually connect to a much larger political and emotional narrative. What starts as a grounded, coming-of-age adventure steadily builds into a rich, carefully paced tale where world-building and character relationships take center stage, making every town and side quest feel meaningful. Gameplay is built around a turn-based combat system that emphasizes positioning, turn order, and smart use of crafts and arts rather than raw stats. The Orbment and Quartz customization system allows players to shape each character's abilities in a flexible way, encouraging experimentation without overwhelming complexity. Exploration focuses on detailed towns, scenic routes, and strong NPC writing, with quality-of-life features that keep progression smooth and focused. Rather than rushing spectacle, the game excels through consistency, strong writing, and tightly designed mechanics, offering a satisfying RPG journey that rewards patience and attention.
My turn! Here we go! There!
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition delivers one of the most expansive and systems-driven RPG experiences available on Nintendo Switch, leaning heavily into exploration, freedom, and sci-fi world-building. Set on the hostile alien planet Mira after humanity's near extinction, the story focuses on survival and reconstruction rather than a tightly scripted character drama, gradually revealing deeper themes through missions, faction conflicts, and late-game revelations. Gameplay is built around a massive open world that encourages curiosity, with vast continents filled with dangerous wildlife, hidden landmarks, and vertical level design that makes traversal feel constantly rewarding. Combat blends real-time action with tactical decision-making, requiring careful positioning, cooldown management, and smart use of skills as battles unfold dynamically in the field. As progression advances, players gain access to skells, mech suits that dramatically change both combat and exploration, adding flight, heavy firepower, and new strategic layers. Systems like Frontier Nav give structure to the open world by tying exploration directly to rewards and development, making side content feel purposeful rather than optional filler. Fire Emblem Three Houses is widely regarded as one of the most complete and satisfying RPG experiences on Nintendo Switch, blending deep tactical combat with strong character writing and meaningful player choice. Set in the continent of Fodlan, the story places you in the role of a mercenary who becomes a professor at Garreg Monastery, where choosing a house determines not only your students, but the direction of the narrative itself. What begins as a structured academic setting gradually evolves into a politically charged conflict, with themes of loyalty, ideology, and war unfolding through character-driven storytelling. Gameplay is built around classic, grid-based, turn-based battles that reward careful positioning, unit synergy, and smart use of combat arts, battalions, and weapon types rather than brute force. The Divine Pulse system adds flexibility by allowing limited rewinds, encouraging experimentation without removing tension. Outside combat, the monastery acts as a hub where teaching, training, and building relationships directly influence battlefield performance, making character growth feel personal and strategic. This balance between planning, storytelling, and tactical depth creates a cohesive experience that remains engaging from start to finish.
What should I do? Had to be done.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is often viewed as one of the most complete RPG experiences on Nintendo Switch, combining an ambitious story with systems that remain engaging from start to finish. The narrative follows Shulk and his allies in a world built on the bodies of two colossal titans, weaving personal character arcs into a larger conflict driven by fate, revenge, and the search for truth. What makes the story stand out is how naturally it unfolds alongside exploration and side content, giving weight to both the main journey and optional moments that deepen the world and its cast. Gameplay centers on a real-time combat system with strong tactical foundations, where characters auto-attack, but true mastery comes from managing arts, positioning, party roles, and reacting to enemy behavior. Vision mechanics add tension by letting players foresee dangerous attacks and respond strategically. Exploration plays a major role, with wide, beautifully structured environments that encourage curiosity, discovery, and meaningful side quests rather than simple filler. Quality of life improvements in this edition make progression smoother while preserving the original depth. Octopath Traveler II stands as a refined and confident take on classic turn-based RPG design, offering one of the most satisfying traditional JRPG experiences on Nintendo Switch. Set in the world of Celestia, the game follows 8 distinct protagonists, each with their own personal journey, allowing players to approach the narrative in a non-linear way while gradually uncovering how these stories connect. The storytelling focuses on grounded, character-driven themes rather than a single central plot, giving each path its own tone and emotional weight. Combat builds on a strategic turn-based system that emphasizes exploiting enemy weaknesses and managing the boost mechanic to break foes at the right moment, rewarding planning and smart decision-making over raw numbers. The flexible job system allows characters to take on secondary roles, encouraging experimentation with party composition and skill combinations. Exploration is enriched by a day and night cycle that changes NPC behavior, available interactions, and encounters, adding variety to familiar locations. Combined with its striking HD 2D visual style, strong soundtrack, and thoughtful quality of life improvements, Octopath Traveler II delivers a polished RPG experience that respects classic roots while feeling modern and deeply engaging.
It's my turn. I'll cut you down.
What's our my speed will strike through!
My turn. How's this?
Xenoblade Chronicles III is often regarded as one of the most complete and emotionally grounded RPG experiences on Nintendo Switch, blending large-scale systems with a powerful, character-driven story. Set in the war-torn world of Ionios, the narrative follows 2 groups of soldiers from opposing nations whose lives are defined by endless conflict, gradually shifting focus toward themes of freedom, identity, and the value of life itself. The story unfolds at a steady pace, giving room for character relationships to develop naturally, while side quests reinforce the weight of the world and its people. Gameplay builds on the series' real-time combat foundation by allowing up to 7 characters in battle, with players able to switch control freely to manage positioning, arts usage, and party roles on the fly. The class system encourages experimentation, letting characters inherit abilities from multiple roles and adapt to different combat situations. A key mechanic, Interlink, allows paired characters to fuse into powerful forms that temporarily change combat flow, rewarding smart timing rather than constant use. Exploration is seamless and expansive, with large interconnected zones, a dynamic day-night cycle, and meaningful side content that often rivals the main story in quality.
You can never go wrong with some ether.
Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is often considered one of the most perfectly balanced RPGs on Nintendo Switch, blending approachable mechanics with clever design and memorable storytelling. The adventure unfolds across a series of distinct chapters, each set in a unique location filled with expressive characters, humorous dialogue, and light mysteries that keep the journey constantly engaging. The story follows Mario's quest to gather the crystal stars and uncover the secrets behind the Thousand-Year Door, mixing playful humor with surprisingly emotional moments as new partners join along the way. Gameplay is built around a turn-based combat system enhanced by timed action commands, requiring precise button inputs to deal extra damage, block attacks, and perform stylish counters, which keeps battles interactive and skill-driven. Partners play a key role in combat and exploration, each offering unique abilities that affect both strategy and puzzle-solving outside of fights. Badges add another layer of customization, allowing players to tailor Mario's abilities and adapt to different challenges. Exploration emphasizes creativity, with paper-themed transformations and environmental puzzles that encourage experimentation. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is often seen as one of the most complete and imaginative RPG-style adventures on Nintendo Switch, building on open-world design with an unmatched sense of freedom and creativity. Set in a version of Hyrule transformed by a mysterious corruption, the story unfolds through exploration and discovery, gradually revealing ancient secrets and personal stakes without relying on heavy exposition. Gameplay gives players extraordinary control over how they approach the world, with traversal systems that include climbing, gliding, and seamless movement between the land, floating sky islands, and dark underground regions. New abilities allow Link to manipulate objects, reverse their motion, fuse weapons and items into unique tools, and construct vehicles or mechanisms, turning problem-solving into a creative sandbox rather than a fixed set of solutions. Combat remains real-time and reactive, rewarding timing, positioning, and smart use of the environment against a wide range of enemies. Shrines, side quests, and hidden challenges are designed to encourage experimentation, often offering multiple ways to succeed. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is widely regarded as one of the most influential RPG-style adventures on Nintendo Switch, redefining open-world design through freedom, systems-driven gameplay, and environmental storytelling. Set in a vast, seamless version of Hyrule, the game places exploration at the center of the experience, allowing players to travel in any direction and approach objectives in almost any order from the very beginning. Gameplay is built around physics and chemistry-based systems that encourage experimentation, whether you are using the environment to solve shrine puzzles, cooking meals and elixirs for survival bonuses, or finding creative ways to overcome enemies. Combat is real-time and flexible, blending melee weapons, bows, shields, dodges, and precise parries, while weapon durability adds a layer of resource management that rewards adaptability rather than reliance on a single loadout. The world is filled with shrines, towns, towers, and hidden locations that make exploration constantly rewarding, with meaningful side quests and challenges scattered naturally across the landscape. Storytelling is subtle and discovery-driven, as players piece together the history of Hyrule, the champions, and Zelda through memories and environmental clues. And there you have it, the top 10 perfect RPGs on Nintendo Switch. These games represent hundreds of hours of incredible adventures, deep combat systems, and stories that'll stick with you for years. What's your favorite RPG on Switch? Did I miss any that you think deserve to be on this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.